Hi, guys. Welcome back to another podcast with the Path of Yahweh podcast. I'm your host, Justin, and I'm here with an amazing guest, our first guest, Alex Fuentes.
What's up, y'all? I'm Alex. So, thank you for having me, bro.
Yeah, of
Thank
course.
you, thank you, thank
No
you.
problem. If you ever are on my socials or Amber's socials and you see amazing photography, that's thanks to this man right here. Photographer, he's our photographer for our engagement and our wedding. So, putting in that work, man. Putting in that work.
Thank you. Thank you.
Overall, great dude. Like a brother, and I'm just so blessed and honored to just have him on the podcast, just so we could speak on today's topic, which is going to be mental health. Which, it speaks for itself. It's very important, of course, and it is a serious topic. So I do just want to give somewhat of a disclaimer that some of the topics or conversations that we may go through may be a little heavy or deep for a lot of people. So just viewers' discretion is advised, like they say in the beginning of some crazy junk. Um, I got a few questions for Alex. But Alex, first, before we jump into any of the
What's up, man?
questions, you have anything that you want to say? Introduce yourself.
I'm be honest, you kind of said it all, man.
It's kind of like
Kinda said it
that was
all.
kind of like
Like
a question you go to a job interview and they're like, so tell me about yourself. Like,
No. You pretty much said it all, you know. Photographer slash videographer, do freelance work, weddings, parties, you name it. But yeah, we're just here
for sure, nonchalant, man.
a little bit.
So, the first question that I have for you is going to be, why do you think so many men suffer in silence instead of asking for help?
Oof.
Yeah, we starting off hard. That's it. We jumping in.
I would say a little bit plays a part of it of like from like your background, like nationality. Like, you know, us Latinos, we don't really speak up as much. So I feel like that usually started from a younger age. But honestly, why do we struggle now? Yeah, I think it's just like it's just been caked up for all these years that now we're just like it's like calluses to us. Like we don't really think about it. We just let it build up. Um, but yeah, I don't know.
Like,
It's definitely hard to speak up now though. I won't lie.
definitely there's a lot of pressures when it comes for men opening up in society. Like,
For sure.
I know, like, the media outlook on men opening up or being vulnerable,
It looks weak.
it looks weak.
It looks weak.
Exactly.
But
But is it?
it isn't.
No.
It's very stereotypical, you know? Especially like when like it's from the outside looking in, like you may think like, yo, oh my God, like my friends gonna think of me like, oh, I'm a little girl or something. Like nah,
Right.
you know, like men have feelings too. Men need to speak up.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, like it's gonna eat you alive, man.
Right.
And some people get to that point where it's like, yo, you know what? Like I'm tired, like I'm done. So it's pretty hard out there.
And I know, like, definitely a lot of men, because of that, feeling that pressure of not speaking up because of how their friends may look at it or how the media may look at it. Or, of course, the world may look at a man opening up. A lot of men, they tend to not. And with doing so, that leads to things such as like self-harm, drug abuse, distancing themselves away from their family. And it's definitely, I would say, like, for myself, it's definitely important to be vulnerable. Find someone that you can trust and open up to, a positive,
That's
I guess you could
definitely
say, like, a positive environment
yep.
of where you're comfortable and able to open up. Because I'm gonna be honest, we all know people that you can't go to, like, they might clown you for even crying.
That's facts. That's true.
You got a lot.
I mean, not only that, like if you have people like that, get them out of your circle. Like, what are they doing in your life if they're not gonna help you uplift yourself, or
Right.
even like want to like help you in general? So I feel like those type of people that are gonna clown you, get them out of your circle. They're not really there for you. And that's really that. Uh, But yeah, I would say definitely find those people that are gonna like really take care of you, especially like if you're at like your worst, or like if you have like that one moment, that one day, it's like damn, like like you would want somebody to ask you like, yo, like what's up, like are you good, like everything good,
Yeah.
like really check it on you, because
Yeah.
not a lot of people are like they're either too busy, which is understandable.
Right.
Everyone busy, everyone's trying to do their own thing.
Right. Life happens.
Exactly,
Yeah.
life, exactly that, life,
People get lost, a little lost in the world, and they forget to ask for people.
exactly that.
And I know sometimes, like, I hope for anyone listening, next time you see a friend or anyone, just ask them, hey, how you doing? What's going on? That was a real New Yorker. Hey, how you
How
doing?
you doing? How you doing, buddy?
How you
Nah,
doing,
but
buddy? But yeah, definitely just next time, seeing a friend and whatnot, I think that's important to just check in on your friends.
for sure.
Make sure they're good. Not only their mental being, but of course staying fit, staying healthy. And I know you have a lot to do with staying healthy and staying fit.
Honestly, yeah.
I do want to ask you, where did that start? Where did working out and fitness, where did all that start from?
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. It's fun, like it's funny to think about now, but I would say this all started like when I was like after like high school,
Mm,
just because like with all like I mean, hey, I don't know about anybody else, but I've been bullied about like how tall I was, or like my
yeah, I
skin
feel that.
color. Like it's crazy, bro. Like yo, I've been bullied for like everything, like from like elementary school all the way to high school. So it's like like that, dealing with that, it made me want to like be better in myself,
Mm,
like physically, definitely mentally.
mm,
Um, but definitely the gym was uh, an escape from like reality in a sense, you know. But I don't know about for you, but I
no.
know you in the gym as well. So especially running too. Like running
Mm.
definitely gives you like a clear mindset.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You're in like a running.
Yeah, Hudson Run Club, man.
Ooh, tell
Hudson
me
Run
about that.
Club. Hudson Run Club. They do on Mondays, 7 p.m. in
Mm,
Weehawken. Shout out to Molos. um, but yeah, every Monday we set the tone, man. You know, kick off the week with a good run with good people,
mm.
high energy. So it's just definitely a great way to lock in for the weekend, because some weeks could be long, some weeks could be fast paced,
Right.
mostly long.
Hey,
but
happens.
yeah.
No, and that kind of goes into like what you were saying before, like making sure that you're surrounding yourself with good people. Like for
Exactly that.
example, like how you said in high school, I was the same way. I was bullied too, whether it be my height or whatever. And
Yeah.
but I'll be honest, I know there was a point where you just gotta surround yourself by good people.
Hmm.
Yeah, like the people that sit behind the camera who's laughing, they're not good people.
Nah,
I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
yeah.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Nah,
But
we playing.
not too much. Not too much.
Yeah,
But
chill.
definitely yes. Surrounding yourself by like-minded people. People want to see you succeed. People want to see you succeed. People want to see you grow. And definitely, I strongly do believe like there's a point where in yourself, I noticed how you said you wanted to prove people wrong, but there came a point, correct me if I'm wrong, there came a point where you said, okay, now I want to prove myself wrong, or I want to prove myself right.
Yeah. You know what? No, you right though. You right. At first it was like proving people wrong,
Mm,
but at the end of the day, like that's not really like what mattered, because like it didn't like really heal me in the inside of like, yeah, I did that, I did this, I got myself right, yeah, like I got my money up or whatever the
mm,
case may be. But at the end of the day, like it didn't really matter. Like even though I surpassed all of them in life, even still, deep down inside, that doesn't heal me at all. It's like I kind of need to find the I need to find it in myself,
mm,
rather than like proving people wrong and stuff.
right.
So like, yeah,
Be-
honestly.
because people's opinions, they can always change.
Hmm.
I definitely do believe a hater's always gonna find something to hate on.
Yeah, man.
Always, they're gonna find something to nitpick at.
But I mean, honestly, if they're not hating, bro, you know, then you doing something wrong.
That's
That
true.
day.
That's
So
true.
it's
That kind
like,
of also goes into like if you're making everyone happy, like you're probably not doing the right thing. You know, you're not. We're not here to be people pleasers. You know, we're here to,
Level up.
as men, get
Level
things
up.
done and do things the right way. Kind of like as a Christian, you know, the world may disagree with you or in a way hate you and hate what you believe. But you have to know your faith and know what you stand for and have those values and morals to stick with it, which is important and which I believe has to do with identity as well. Really having that identity in Christ and identity with God and knowing who you are and who He created you to be, I think is definitely important. Like for example, in 2 Timothy 1:7, it states, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind." So God has given us that power not to be scared and fearful of what other people may think or what other people may say to us, but to have a sound mind of that strength and that understanding that God gave me a calling to be a great person. God gave me, a calling to do a certain thing, whether it be running and working out and getting people on board with fitness, whether it be photography, whether it be acting, whatever your outlet is. I think that's definitely important when it comes to understanding your own identity in Christ. I actually do have another question for you. So, do you think men today struggle more with identity than previous generations?
I would say for sure. Um, just depending how you were raised.
Mm,
Like for instance, like my dad, shout out to my dad, but he's a hardworking man, but at the same time he was raised, you know, to love one another, show, you know, just be there for people. But on the outer respect, you know, he was always hardworking. He did things on his own.
mm,
Anything that he has now was just from him, just putting in that hard work, you know, putting his head down, just basically thugging it out. But, you know, I can't really blame him for teaching me the way, you know, how to be a man now
mm,
because that's what he was taught.
right,
But he always wants to, you know, the best for me. So I, you know, for me, being a man is really just being vulnerable, you know, with the people that deserve at least to hear it, you know, and yeah, you know,
mm.
just making sure just to have that soft spot. Because if you don't have like a man that doesn't have a soft spot, like man, you just whatever, bro. Like you just it's just ego at the end of the day, like you know.
So you would think now men have it
Yeah, for sure. I
harder.
would say men do have it hard now.
Mm,
They definitely suffer for trying to find themselves.
mm. I think definitely as far as identity goes, men have it harder than it was before. Like I do think because of, all the, I guess you could say, distractions and all the things being thrown at you, like all the attacks on your identity that happen now,
Mm,
like the men are not this, men are not that, you are not this, you are not that, and like the belittling that even social media has on men.
I'm
It definitely, I think it tears men down. And
mm,
even children, it starts young. Children on social media. I know there's like when working for like an after school program, I was working with like second graders, kindergartners, and they all had iPads and they knew latest trends in social media. And I think that exposure definitely sets them back. And at a point at where a child is just learning themselves, it
yeah.
tears them down. And it attacks their identity of who they are, who they are meant to be.
Mm,
And I think that's an attack from the enemy.
mm,
Because if the enemy can convince you that you aren't rooted in God or you're not rooted in being a strong man,
mm,
again, attacking your mind frame, he won the battle. Once he attacks your mind, it's over. So definitely just a huge attack on identity is, I think, is a lot more present than it was before. I feel like not I wasn't born back then, but I'm
Yeah,
like I wasn't raised like I guess during war times.
yeah, yeah.
But I do think like, and not to go too much into it, but I do think like the nuclear family was important, where there were values in society, and I think men stood for stuff, you know, to protect and lead. I think that's very important, and it's unfortunate that a lot of men, not saying women can't lead. I'm not saying,
Right,
because I had a single mother. I grew up with a single mother,
right.
and she led and she taught me, and she grown me to the man I am today. So I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
Shout out to mom, but and shout out to all the mothers who are fathers as well. We love you. Um, but yeah, I do think it is important, definitely, um, having both male and female in the household, especially again for children. Because again, I think the attack on identity is strictly for children, strictly starts at when they're babies, through social media,
Mhm.
through things going on even in politics. I don't even want to go into politics,
Mm.
but all those different things attack men's identity, even females identity. Attacks who you think you are,
Yeah,
and again, once the enemy gets a hold of that, you're done.
cooked.
Yeah, that's why I think it's important too. Like, uh, if God blesses me with a child in the future, in near future, I don't know,
Mm.
but if that be the case, I do think it's important to instill values of, like, if it's a boy, instill
Mhm.
values of leadership, and staying determined, and faith. I think faith is a very big factor when it comes to raising a child.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's a whole nother conversation for another day. I
Yeah.
do have another question for you.
What's up, brother?
So, what is something you wish that someone told you earlier in life as a man?
I mean, it's gonna tie back into the first question.
Mm,
Mainly just speak up, honestly. Um, the reason why I say like speak up is because like again, like us like Latinos, bro, the Hispanics, we usually just keep stuff inside, whether it's just like we're dealing with something or like we see other people doing stuff with
mm,
with something. Like my mom was like depressed like all her life, which I didn't even know about until recently, like, like when I was like 20,
mm,
and like seeing her, like COVID, like during COVID, that's when like I really saw it. I was like, God, I didn't know it was like it was this bad.
mm.
So like seeing her that way, like it kind of affected me in a way because like I couldn't really speak up about anything that I was going through because I was just trying to like thug it out, be tough for my mom, be tough
Yeah,
for my dad, and just like put my feelings to the side and really come from comfort from my mom. But then again, that also took a toll on me because mentally it got me to that point where like I just wanted everything to stop, like everything that was going on through my head. I just wanted to like just want to be calm, I want to be good. And like what sucks about it too is like I mean I'm not gonna blame other people, but because it's kind of my fault. Like I hid it so well, like not even my friends, like not even my mom or my dad, like could have known like like he was going through something. Like I'm gonna lie, like my parents don't know nothing to
mm,
this day, which sucks. But at the end of the day, it was just my choice because I wanted to be there for them. But
right.
how can I be there for them if I'm not fully,
There for yourself.
yeah, if I'm
Right,
not really there for myself?
right.
Um, but yeah, I would say definitely speak up. If someone were told me as a young man to do, definitely speak up. Cause like I said, it could eat you alive, man. It could eat you alive, and it's something that's not to be taken lightly.
Do you feel like you had like positive outlets to be able to go to people?
For sure, yeah. Now, Um, yeah, I would. I would say like a couple of my friends
Mm.
and some other people, but it's good now. Like now it feels at peace, like somewhat in a way. It feels at peace because I can actually like now talk about it and
Yeah.
not be judged.
Yeah.
And like they actually like they see like what I go through,
Yeah.
and it's like they kind of relate it to themselves. Like, oh, like damn, like I also like think certain ways like this way. It's like it's good like they could hear my story
Right.
and then they can like you know use it for themselves to like do better.
Right.
Like Jaden, like for me, like Jaden's like my brother, bro. Jaden's like my brother, man. It's
Shout out to
like, yeah,
Jaden,
shout out to Jay, bro. If you
Jay
seeing this, bro,
Miranda, throughout the government.
yeah, for your chill. But yeah, nah, man. Jaden, bro, Jaden's like my like the brother, like the little brother that I never had before. Like,
Yeah.
I have an older brother, but we're 7 years apart. So like,
Yeah. I get it.
like
Yeah.
now me and my actual brother, like we're getting along, we're talking, like now that he has a kid, whatever.
Mm.
But really like Jaden, damn, bro, like he's that as like my little brother, man. But with him, it's the same thing. Like I try to speak with him, try to like, just get it through his mind, like, yo, like I'm gonna be there for you, bro. Like just know I'm gonna be there for you. Like if you need to talk to anybody or like you need help with
Yeah.
anything,
Yeah.
I'm gonna break my back to do so to help you. Cause, you know, everyone needs help. I don't care how tough you are or how,
How much you lift.
yeah, how much you live. Like I
Yeah.
don't care. That's just ego. At the end of the day,
Right.
that's ego. Ego
Right.
kills.
Right.
Ego kills. Um, but yeah. Um, so anybody
I
for you though? You got
yeah.
a safe space?
Yeah, definitely growing up, I did have a safe I definitely did have a safe space and great people to communicate with.
Mhm.
Um it more so tied into who I also surrounded myself with. Like
Right.
I would honestly consider a lot of the people that I had as friends in like middle school, high school, they're still my friends today. And the sole reason why they're still my friends is because I've established such a great relationship with them, and I know that when I met them, these people are going to be with me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So, a lot of friends became family, and
Yeah,
I
that's
knew I could
true.
depend on them. But it's hard. I know it's not easy to like
Yeah.
find like that person you could click with. I was fortunate to have my wife, where I could click with her, and we became one. Thank God. In
Amen.
October, yeah,
Amen.
October we became one.
Amen.
So, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so
That's real.
definitely I know it's not easy finding, I guess, your group, but I know when you do, or even when you find that one person, like you hold on to them and you got to stick with them and you got to help build them just as they're helping to build you. I think that that's important in a friendship, just building each other up. Especially I would say um, I saw the most growth within myself and my self confidence. Like kind of going back to where we're talking about
Mhm.
the bullying
Mhm.
and stuff. That I feel like also had to do with my self esteem. Like
Mhm.
my self esteem was low, and I had all these thoughts about myself. And I guess for a while I got used to being in a negative mindset,
Yeah.
which kind of held me back in a way. Sure, at the time, I was working out, I was fit, I was doing what I had to do, I was okay in school, not the best, but I was okay.
Mhm.
But still, I was, my self esteem wasn't there. I would doubt myself, I would worry. But I would say once finding Christ, like I really understood my calling for life. My calling is to serve God in any way, shape, or form that may be, wherever He wants to use me. Um, you got to listen. I'll be honest. If I didn't listen, I don't think I'd be married. I don't think I'd have such a beautiful life, such a blessed life that I have, and I wouldn't have wanted any other way.
Mhm.
Definitely, yeah. Listening to the Lord, I think that's important. When He talks, you move. You have to, because if not, you don't know where you're gonna end up. If
Right.
yeah,
I
if
feel
not.
like I mean that's a good point. That's a good thing that you brought that up because like I would say my family like they're also I mean we were raised like by Christians so
Hmm.
you know dealing with that as a kid like I feel like a little bit was forced upon me, so I didn't really understand. I didn't get the chance to understand
Right.
until obviously, when I was like in high school or like middle school, whatever it was. But I would say like you said, like with the low self esteem, with getting bullied and all that stuff, like I was bullied hard, bro. Like throughout, because I also moved a lot too.
Mm.
So like I thought, oh yeah, so now I'm gonna go to a different school. It's gonna be different. I
Ah.
don't know.
Mm.
No, it wasn't different at all. But yeah, I honestly I wish I found God like when I was at an earlier stage, because then that's like probably who I probably would have like leaned on a little bit more to like
Yeah.
actually understand. But like sometimes like even like now that I have found God like in my early later and like later in life, um, sometimes I question it, like why put me through that moment, like those moments of my life
Mm.
to just teach me like I don't know, like
Yeah.
to me it sounds crazy, like
Like it's a
why,
lesson.
yeah, like why would I want to go through so much hurt, even like now, like to even like go through so much hurt just to be taught a lesson, like it's kind of crazy, no? Like, cause I don't know, cause like there's been certain moments like in my life where I've been like willing to be like, nah, like, you know what, like that's it, like I'm just done with life. Want for me, like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it out loud, but you know what I'm
I
talking about.
understand.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So it's like sometimes like damn, like why do I have to reach that point where I'm done, like I'm feeling tired, like I'm
Yeah.
drained, like I just wanna end it all.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. To me, like I feel like it's a lesson. Maybe not for myself, but for other people.
Right.
So I feel like with me being a lesson for other people and showing like either showing my stories or just explain to them like you're not the only one, like
Mm-hmm.
like you know what I'm saying, like I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I'm fine with that now, like you know I'm fine with being like that lesson, I would say, because I would hate for somebody to go through like what I went through, but um but yeah.
No, I think honestly, I don't mean to cut you off, but I
But
think that's
yeah.
so beautiful that you realized and understood God is using you to be able to teach someone else a lesson.
Mhm,
And like you said, you would hate for anyone to go through that, but you went through that, and
mhm,
that built you to the man you are today.
for sure.
So, you gotta I know, especially for anyone, even people who know their word, and even people who know um understand even that message. When we get caught up in life, I understand it could be very difficult and hard.
Mhm,
We kind of lose track in a way. It's kind of like the blinders come on. But once yeah, definitely it's important surrounding yourself by with like-minded people. They're able to then help you remember, okay, this is all a test, or this is all a challenge that God is placing in front of me, and He's testing me so I can build and grow as a character, no matter what it is. Heartbreak, the loss of a loved one,
mhm,
um, whether it's going through financial issues, whether it's going through emotional issues, whether it's going through relationships. It could be really anything, but God is definitely going to, like, one thing that Amber and I always say is God doesn't care about your comfort. He cares about your character. He cares about how you're gonna grow and how you're gonna build for the next day, opposed to just making sure you're all comfortable. Because if God wanted to make sure you're all comfortable and good, and He didn't want to test you, no one would ever go through hardships. And in a way, I guess you could say it's a little unfortunate. Yes, there's going to be hardships that people are going to have to go through, but if you really look at the outcome of it, it's all in God's plan. And sure, in retrospect, like in the moment, we may not
mhm.
realize, oh my goodness, like while we're going through it, we may not realize, oh my goodness, how does this make sense? How does me losing this person ever make sense?
Yeah.
But then down the line, have you ever been in a situation where you look back and you're like, wow, if that didn't happen, then this would have happened, and if this didn't happen, I wouldn't have met that person, and if I didn't meet that person, this would have happened. Like everything kind of pieces together.
Nah, that's true. That's true. Like I would definitely put that into the fact that without going through like trials and tribulations, you don't know who you're gonna meet at the end of the day,
Right.
you know?
Right.
Like, for instance, like you and Amber, like that's crazy. Like y'all known each other for how long now?
I'd say almost 8 years. No, a
Ooh.
little more than eight
Ooh.
years we've known each other.
See,
I
8
gotta do the
years.
math. I gotta carry the one
So
and
yeah, okay, the one round it off.
round it off.
With the decimal.
We've known each other over 8 years, but yeah, we're in a relationship for over 8 years. About 8 years, but we've known each other for longer.
That's good though, man.
Something like that. No.
Yeah. 8 years.
But you know, I even think just to kind of go back a little bit because I realized I kind of skipped over something that I did want to talk about. You know, a lot of people who may not have that community or may not have that friend, you just need to. I think it's important. Like for example, in Deuteronomy 31:6. He will never leave you nor forsake you, as well as in Hebrews, it also states that again. I will never leave nor forsake you. God is always with us through our hardships. He's there. He's paid the price of our sins and he's not leaving us. Sure, sometimes I know like for me, for example, sometimes I would feel like, oh my goodness, I feel so far from God. Like I feel distant. Or I'm going through this hard time in my life and I don't feel close to him. But God is always there and he's always with you. He's not leaving your side. It's just again, people just get so caught up in the world and so fixated on their problems that they're not really, I guess you could say, looking at the bigger picture of things. Yeah, I just wanted to touch on that once more. I do have another question for you
Go
here.
ahead.
So, what pressures do men face today that people don't talk about enough?
Mm, yeah.
Yeah, I know, my bad. It's
Pressures?
somewhat of like a, man, I gotta think about that one.
Honestly, I would like just to throw this one in there. Like I feel like it's common, but like I feel like people are like they're afraid to just fail. You know, I feel like some men nowadays they just try to be perfectionists and like trying to like perfect on their craft. Like they're not willing to take um like a lot of risk. So I feel like fear is just like the root of all problems.
Mm.
Like if you don't do it, you'll never know.
Now, do you think that fear of failure has to do with pride?
For sure. For
Like a
sure.
lot of men maybe are
Pride,
just
ego,
so
yeah,
prideful and their
yeah.
ego is just so large,
Mhm.
they think they could. I know a lot of people, I don't even want to say just men, but a lot of people, they try to look at themselves as God. Like they're like, oh yeah, I'm like a God. Oh yeah, I'm like this, I'm like that. And they're not realizing that's a little blasphemous. And that's also, you're not, buddy. You're gonna
buddy.
fail, you're gonna make
You're not
mistakes.
him.
Yeah, you're not him.
You're not him.
Not him.
Oh, bullshit. Yeah, nah.
I just know a lot of people like yeah, they you know, they're so fixated on being prideful. And they in a way they get in their own way. They get in their own way of things. And they gotta understand they're not perfect. They're gonna sin. They're gonna make mistakes. That's only being human. And it's just more so about understanding that with that sin, with you making mistakes and with you sinning is again like a lesson, something you have to learn from, and something you have to grow and build from. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I don't mean to speak this upon no one, and I'm not gonna speak this upon no one. But I don't even want to say when someone sins. But if someone sins, they can fall back on God. God is there. He's always there. He's always going to help them, and he's always going to guide them. And yeah, I think a lot of people who may feel pride and be stuck in their own way and in their own mindset, they just need to get out their own way and understand they're not perfect, that they're gonna make mistakes and they're gonna fail. And I think if anything, failure just shows growth. I'm rooting for the guy who fails 100 times and succeeds once, and the guy who's always winning, because he's never gonna learn anything.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you said it all right there, honestly. Cause yeah, bro, y'all just need to take chances, man. Just take the risk. Just do it. If you fail, you fail.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, put the pride aside. Just
Yeah.
put the pride aside, man. Because yeah, you're really never gonna learn anything.
Right. Right. You're gonna be so stuck in your way. You're gonna be so, I guess you could say, ignorant. You're gonna be so ignorant
Very.
to almost everything.
Yeah, literally everything. And
Um,
everything that you encounter.
right. Now, what do you think the enemy attacks most in men today?
That's a good one. I would say they're insecurities
Mm,
for sure.
mm,
Insecurities. Um, or like even like the what's it called? Like yeah, no, insecurities. Reason being is just because I mean I'm just gonna talk about myself again, but when it comes to like insecurities, like for myself, I would say like you know let it be like the way I look or like just basically just the way I look. It's gonna play effect in me. Like the enemy could just use anything against you just to like make you feel a certain way or turn your head away from God or anything like that. So like yeah, definitely insecurities, man.
mm.
Because like stuff like that is like it's like the push point for some people.
Right. Right.
So
It's all like a mental warfare in a way. Like he's gonna get in your brain. He's gonna get in your mind. He's gonna attack where it hurts most.
hmm
Um,
hmm
and that's why I think it's important to shield your mind,
hmm
shield your thoughts. And how you do so is with reading scripture, reading the word, surrounding yourself with like-minded people, surrounding yourself with positive energy and prayer, and yeah, through the word,
to the word.
through the word. Like, definitely the enemy will attack when you're alone and when you're at your low, when you're
hmm
at your highest. Sorry, they will attack when you're at your highest, because it kind of goes into what we said before. People, the enemy's gonna attack when everything's going good. That's how you know you're maybe not doing something right. When you're pleasing everyone, maybe you're not doing something right. But when people are against you, you gotta be doing something right. When things are going wrong in your life, like I'm gonna give you a little example. When I first gave my life to Christ, I remember I was going through a rough time, and I don't want to go too much into it, but I was battling my own things, such as addiction, whether it be pornography, whether it be lust. That was definitely something that I was battling personally, and I know a lot of men, they go through the same thing. That's an addiction and a sin that's the flesh. It's hard. It's
hmm
hard to battle your flesh.
hmm
I know in the Bible it says, when it comes to battling flesh, you have to run from it. It's not a something that you can just pray for or you can just handle on your own. No, you have to. It says physically go run,
hmm
and that's why it's great. You have your running
Yeah,
club.
run club. That's a run club,
But
baby.
I definitely do think it's important, just making sure your mind is strong so you can
For
keep the
sure.
enemy out. And
hmm
when the enemy does tempt you, you need to stay strong and rooted in God, as hard as it may be. Like for example, Eve was tempted to get out, to disobey God,
hmm
to eat from the fig tree. A lot of people say apple, but fig tree.
hmm
So, um, all the enemy had to do was just speak and get in Eve's brain to convince her to eat from the fig tree.
hmm
There was no force there. It was just convincing. And the enemy's like an old dog. How's the saying go? Like, oh, same same tricks, old dog, same tricks. Is that the saying? You can't teach an old dog new tricks. The,
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
the
yeah.
enemy is going to attack the way the enemy knows best.
Right.
The enemy knows that, yes, he cannot force you to do something, but
hmm
he can attack your mind frame to where he can influence you to do something. And I do believe, especially for men, it's really hard when it comes to like even social media to be
Yeah.
able to block out the noise. I love there's this guy on YouTube that I watch.
Yeah.
His name is Bryce Crawford. He's some
Mhm.
young kid. I don't know if you've ever
Yeah.
seen him before. Young kid.
Also a couple of videos.
He's
It's
great.
amazing.
He broke down something in one of his podcasts that I was watching, that America, it's very easy to be distracted. Think about it. We live in New York. You go to the city, you have all these ads everywhere, flashing in your face. When you look on your phone, nothing. When you start scrolling on TikTok a few times, you're getting ads. You're being sold something over and over and over, or you're being told something over and over and over. He put it like this: America, it's very hard to stay focused because you have all these distractions. Now, I don't know about you, but when I go on vacation, man, I gotta tell you, I'm like living my best life because my mind is just at ease. Like when I go to Puerto Rico, which we were just at, episode 2, we were just in Puerto Rico, at ease. I
No.
tell you, it was like a better way of living because my mind,
Okay.
my mental state was calm.
Now, let me ask you this because it's gonna tie into what we're talking about now.
Yeah.
So besides like vacation wise, right?
Mm-hmm.
What else ties in for you? Like what brings you at peace or like that mental state of like just calmness?
My wife,
Thank
hands
you.
down, hands down, my wife.
So let me tell you this, right?
Mhm.
So like the enemy, right?
Yeah.
I said insecurities. What also what I was gonna say was fear in general. Like what fears do you have?
Fears. Oof. Well, I'll be honest, it kind of goes into what we were talking about before, about pride in a way, fear to fail. You know, I think as men, like we have, most men, I don't want to say all men, but most men, we put on all these pressures of, we have to make sure we have a house and a car, and we got to make sure we're dressing fly and we're doing all we got to
Yeah.
do. And we put all these burdens on ourselves, and it kind of limits us from seeing where we should be our goal. And it definitely, we get in our own way. I think that's for myself. Like I know I want to be at a certain place, and I just, going back to what I was saying before, my wife keeps me grounded, and it reminds me, look, babe, listen, you're going to, everything's going to happen in God's timing. You got to trust him and you got to lean in him. You can't lean on your own understanding, because when you do so, you're going to fail. We make mistakes. He's perfect. God is perfect. And as long as you lean on him, I don't see why you're going to lose, because you won't. So, yeah. That kind of ties into like a verse. Amber, one of Amber's favorite verses, Joshua 1:9. Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened and do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. No matter what, he's with you. So, even if you're going through a hard time, or even if you're putting on all these burdens and struggles and problems, it's important to stay strong in Christ. Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm
Nah,
just,
I
I feel
tied-
like I'm spitting right now.
You is
Alright.
you is spinning right now.
Yeah.
But that right there, that ties it all together. But honestly, I'm gonna take into what you said right there. You know, I'm not even gonna speak on, because that right there is gonna make me think even more later in the night. But because I mean I'll say it now, but like what I was thinking was like, for me, like for a fear of mine, I would hate to die alone.
Say it
Like
again.
oddly enough, like I would hate to die alone.
Alone.
Reason why I'm saying alone is because like you said, like you have Amber to lean on, like when you're like, you know, when you're going through stuff, like you have her to lean on, to, you know, like ask you, like, you know, checking in on you, and like just make sure like you feeling good inside. So like I feel like that of me like fearing of like dying alone, and like it kind of like plays that fear of a constant like of like damn, like, you know, I want to be loved, like, you know what I'm saying, like I want to be, you know, cared for, you know. Because I mean, I put that energy out there, like, towards my friends, my family, you know, but sometimes when they're busy and, like, you know, they're doing their own thing respectfully,
Right.
I just want that same energy back. So that's why I'm, like, having that fear of, like, damn, I don't want to die alone. So,
Well, I'm gonna be honest. The way you came into this world is the way you're going.
right.
Came
in alone,
You know, you
died
came
alone.
in alone. You're going alone.
It's true.
But I gotta be honest. Like, to kind of like piggyback off of that, you you're never alone because like God is always with you
It's true.
every step of the way. Like it, I don't know why. Like what came to mind was Job in the book of Job. He was someone who, at first, in the beginning of the story, he had everything. He had, at the time, he was wealthy, he was rich, he had a beautiful wife, great kids, and slowly but surely, he lost it all. His children died, but I think it was like a
Fire.
fire. Yeah, I think it was like a fire in the house, if I'm not mistaken. But he lost all his crops. He lost his land. He was living in a dumpster. And in a way, I guess you could say he was really alone. He lost everything. Nothing in this world is guaranteed, but he still held on to his faith to God. That didn't falter or didn't end. There was moments when he questioned God, and God told him, "Look, who are you to question me?
Right.
You don't see the grand scheme of things." And I think like we could definitely learn from that. Like, who are we to question God and his plan? Like, I know you're saying I'm worried and scared to die alone, or to be alone, but how don't you know that that's not something to help you grow or help you build, or maybe that person or is entering into your life. But remember, nothing in this world lasts forever. Nothing. This world is temporary. We're just passing through to get to where our end goal is, and that's in the kingdom. Um, and I get it. That's definitely a fear, loneliness. I get it. I honestly, another one of my fears is losing people. Like especially the people that are in my inner
That's so
circle that are
grounded.
closest to me.
Yeah.
Like losing them. Like I don't know what that's like. Thank God, as of currently, I've never lost anyone very close to me. But if I did, I just pray that my wife is there to remind me of what I'm saying now. And if that were the case, if God forbid she's no longer there, then I gotta watch this video back.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, I'm getting a little emotional here. But
No, it's true though,
wait,
because like I don't know. I don't know. Like you are right though, of the fact that like nothing lasts in this world, and the way you came in this world is the way you're gonna exit. So yeah, I
but
mean,
I just again just kind of a little bit going back. I just do think it's important to understand that although yes, in a way you're going alone, right? And I guess it could be kind of morbid and a little scary to think, oh my goodness, my physical body is going to be in a tomb and my flesh is going to rot away until I'm dust. We were once dust and we were created. God blew dust and we became in our physical bodies. He created the world from dust. So I definitely do think that, yeah, this just reminding ourselves that this is not the end goal. This isn't this isn't it. There's something more beautiful coming. Um, up in the kingdom of heaven, we're gonna be. One thing that got me was I learned there's gonna be food there. There's gonna be a big feast, and like I'm hoping we got like Puerto Rican food there, and I'm be like, yo, God, yo, Jesus, yo, pasaros con candules. I don't speak Spanish, but yeah, yeah, like pass,
woo.
yeah. So, no, yeah, this is just not. This isn't the end goal. And I think that's beautiful to understand too, because like this is a scary world. I'll be honest, it would kind of suck if this was it. Like I know a lot of people, they believe once you pass, that's it, you're gone, that's it, like everything is gone, you just cease to exist. But you know, Jesus promises us, and the Word promises us that there's an afterlife if you put your faith and belief in Christ. And I think that's something beautiful to lean into because you have something to look forward to moving, in our future. And I think that's unshaken because God doesn't change. He doesn't change. He's never changed. He's still the same God as he was when he was at the beginning, and he's going to be the same God at the end. It's not going to change. So I think there's a beauty in that. definitely. Like the way time is going by so quick. Yo, think about it. We're already
Yeah, but
we're already almost in June. We're a few days from June, and it's just so beautiful to know. Yeah, time is going by quick, but look at the blessings that we have in our life.
that's very true. Like let me ask you this: like, you think it's you think God puts people in your life for a specific reason?
For sure,
All right,
for sure.
that's
Some
what
people
that's
are
what I'm
lesson. Some people are
fortunate. Mm.
right, right. And I definitely do think that, you know, like I said before, I don't really believe in like a butterfly effect, but um, I do think God has a plan, and I don't know the plan. It would be
Mm.
great if I could get a sneak peek on what's gonna
Sneak
happen
peek,
next. You know,
like,
yeah, like what's going on tomorrow.
yeah, literally.
Do the Knicks win? Like,
The Knicks, man,
yeah, because New York gonna go crazy. We taking the Statue of Liberty
shut
down.
down.
We putting up the Brunson
Okay.
statue. Like, um, um, yeah, God, God has that plan for us, and it's just yeah, like leaning into your faith and leaning into trusting. Because look, he made sure you're good. If he's gonna, one thing that I love about the word is, I know I'm butchering this, but if God can feed the birds and he can make sure the grass grows, are you not more valuable than the grass or the birds? He's gonna take care of you too. You just gotta lean into him and lean on that faith in him. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. But yeah, definitely, God puts people down your path for a reason, hands down, hands down. But you just gotta understand if they're a lesson or they're
yeah. I know
yeah, a
some
blessing. Sorry, I blanked out.
lesson or
It's been a long
blessing.
day. Sorry. Um, yeah, yeah. I do have one last question for you.
Go ahead.
So my last question is, what does walking the path of Yahweh mean to you personally?
Um, Honestly, just walking by faith, you know, trusting in Him, whether for whatever outcome it can be.
Mm,
Um, Basically, just giving all your trust to Him. You know, it's not really walking blindly because He's there
mm,
through thick and thin.
mm.
So I feel like that's what that means to me. And I mean, I stand by it because every day is a different battle. You know, so why not walk by faith? You know, if that's like the last thing you got. You know, but yeah, what does it mean to you?
Well, talk about that another time. But
Nah, that's what I was like.
no, but definitely like you said, it's like walking. If not anything, you said if you have nothing else, then why not walk in faith? But that's all we have, really. That's the only thing we're really promised. Like, we're not promised tomorrow,
That's
but
true.
we're promised. Put our faith in Jesus. We're gonna see we're gonna see a beautiful tomorrow. Yeah, yeah. That's pretty much everything for the Path of Yahweh podcast. Listen, I loved having Alex on. Alex,
Thank
my
you.
brother, I loved having you on. We had great conversations.
Appreciate you.
I really hope and pray that we could do this again. I would love to have you back on just to pick your brain and we could talk. Maybe we could have all the guys.
Nah,
We
yeah,
got
for
we got
sure.
a whole football team, whole basketball team. Sorry about play
Yeah,
ball. Everybody like 6 foot in this family, but me. But anyway, the thing, but the thing is, look, um, I would love to just get everybody on board. I think that would be great.
for sure. Let's let them know.
I think this was a successful, great third episode, and I just want to end off with, if anyone is struggling with anything that we spoke about, please, please, please find an outlet. If you feel like you have no one, reach out to us. We would love to talk with you, even if you don't really want to disclose too much, that's fine. Even if you just want a prayer, Amber and I, we would love to pray for you. We give you a call, whatever it is, as any way that we can help anyone, we're more than willing and happy to. And Alex, I just want to thank you again for being so vulnerable and open. I know, again, it may not be easy all the time, but you know, you stood here like a soldier and you let it be known what it was. So
For sure.
thank you.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. You know,
Oh yeah.
appreciate you, brother.
Of course. Thank you guys again. We love you guys. We hope to see you guys in the next episode. And yeah. All right. Bye guys. Love you.